Welcome back. Today we're going to do a Fun Friday video. I, just like a lot of the rest of us on the internet, got really into the Netflix show Stranger Things. If you haven't seen it yet, and you're okay with scary things, you should go watch it. If you're not okay with scary things, that's okay too. Just know that it's a great show, but you'll still live, you'll be fine. Sarah Sunbeemz made a really awesome Stranger Things book tag video, and of course I had to jump on that. I was going to wait until another booktuber that I know got a chance to do it, because she had an idea for adding another tag onto it, but then I couldn't wait because I really wanted to get this out because I thought it would go really well leading into the Halloween season when it officially starts on October 1st in a day or two. So I'm just gonna, forge ahead and do that anyways, and then I will tag her myself. Number 1, epic intro. The opening sequence of Stranger Things is amazing and really grabs your attention. Name a book that grabbed your attention from the very first page. For this one, that was super easy to pick. That it would have to be Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater, which starts, it was the first day of November, and so today someone would die. And the second one, also super easy, goes like this. To say that I met Nicholas Brisbane over my husband's dead body is not entirely accurate. Edward, it should be noted, was still twitching upon the floor. And that is the beginning of Silent in the Grave by Deanna Rayburn, which I have definitely highlighted on this channel before. I love her. All right, on to number 2, Dungeons and Dragons. Name a fantasy world that you would like to experience yourself. So, Sarah Sunbeemz and the other tagged videos that I watched all pointed out that most fantasy worlds, if we were to live in them, we would immediately die. And I like running water and electricity, so I would probably not want to go into worlds like the Gentleman Bastard series, or, back in time to like a medieval, like, I really love the book Graceling, but I don't really want to go live in the world that Katza and Poe lived in, because I like Wi-Fi. So I would probably choose a magical realism book. I love magical realism. So any book by Sarah Addison Allen or Natalie Lloyd, Anna Marie McLemore, her The Weight of Feathers book, that would be a really good one to go into. Or, and I think this counts now because there are 3 books out, I would love to live in Night Vale from the Welcome to Night Vale books and the podcast. But I was discussing with Lisa that I would not want to live in Night Vale as an outsider, because I think it would be really terrifying to live most of your life in a normal world, and then you show up and there are glow clouds raining blood and small creatures, and airliner jets showing up in the middle of basketball practice, and the baseball coach is a ghost. And okay, who am I kidding? I would totally go there like right now as a 31-year-old woman. I would just be like, yes, welcome to Night Vale. Thank you for welcoming me. I want to meet station management, and I want to go pet Kaushik and maybe get scratched. I don't know. I would love to live in Night Vale and wear a soft meat crown and not eat wheat byproducts. Okay. This is not the end. Here we keep going. Number 3, squad goals. When 11 met Mike, Dustin, and Lucas, it was a mostly perfect team. Name your favorite bookish group of friends. That is hard. So the first 2 booktube videos that I watched on this named the Raven Boys in Blue from the Raven Cycle, which, yes, they're wonderful and I adore them. But if I were going to choose a squad from that series, I would pick Mora, Calla, and Persephone, because they are my faves. I love them so much. Like, I know that I scream Ronan, and I love Ronan so much, and I love Blue, and I love all of them individually, but Mora, Calla, and Persephone beyond. But who I would actually choose is Imprudence by Gail Carriger, which is the second book in the Custer Protocol, which is her 3rd series in this world. And I think, if I remember her correctly from when I saw her speak when she signed this book for me, was the first series that she intended to write. She had to write about Prue's mom, and then before she could write Prue, and then before she could write Prue then. She had to go back and write before Prue's mom. So there's been a lot of, I guess, build up to these books, and I love them. Prudence, or Rue, and her best friend Primrose, or Prim, which I think it's hilarious, Prim and Rue, just like in the Hunger Games, Prim and Rue. This Prim and Rue are lifelong best friends. Their moms were best friends, and they're so good. Literally, I was crying in the car the other day because of their beautiful friendship and how they put each other first. It's gorgeous. Number 4, ABCs and Christmas Lights. Joyce Byers goes mad with grief after Will goes missing. Name your favorite mentally unhinged character. I immediately thought of Gwenfleon from the Raven Cycle series. Gwenfleon is how it is pronounced in the audiobooks, so that is how I say it. I don't know if that's actually correct, but if Will Patton said it that way, it's gotta be sort of right. And then I was thinking, I was like, I must have more unhinged characters that I love, because in general, I like people who are unhinged, so you'd think that there were characters in books that I liked that were unhinged. And I just recently reread American Gods by Neil Gaiman, and I really found myself loving Chernabog, who the whole time is just like, Shadow, who's the main character, I'm gonna hit you in the head with a hammer. That's how you're gonna die. When we're done with all of this, I'm gonna hit you in the head with a hammer. And I don't know why that was so charming to me, but it was. Number 5 is The Upside Down. Name a book that was the opposite of what you expected. I can't talk a lot about this book. I got it on NetGalley, and its reviews are embargoed until it comes out. I did not read the description before I started it, and if you read the description, you'll know what the book's about, but I didn't. I was just excited about the topic, and so I dove in, and it was not what I was expecting, but that is Wonder Woman: The True Amazon by Jill Thompson. I won't say anything else. But it wasn't what I was expecting. Number 6, Mad Scientist. Dr. Brenner likes to get freaky with humanity. Name the freakiest dystopian government that you can think of. I definitely will go with the government and the whole, basically, yeah, the society in Fahrenheit 451, which is pretty screwed up and could be a very real possibility if we're not careful. Number 7, the Demogorgon. Name a scary bookish creature that you would not want to come through your walls. I have a couple. Number 1 is not a creature. He's a real person. I never want Christopher Walken to come anywhere near me. That's just a thing you should know. But fictionally, Naughty John from the Diviners. No. No, no, no. I don't want to hear that singing. I don't want to hear that chanting or whatever the heck his thing is. No, I don't want anything with that. Number 2, or I guess it's number 3, Dolores Umbridge, because she's the literal worst. And number 4, The Man in the Black Cloak from Seraphina and the Black Cloak, which I also read recently and is very good. And the Man in the Black Cloak like absorbs people. He like skulks around in the basements of the Biltmore estate and like absorbs kids like into the cloak, and then they're gone. It's terrifying. And number 8, there were 8 questions originally because there are 8 episodes, which is beautiful, but I'm gonna mess it up. So number 8, cliffhanger ending. Name a book that left you wanting more. Sarah Sunbeemz and the next book tag, booktuber that I saw, both named books that the ending left them unhappy, not so much wanting like more. And to me, a cliffhanger is a literary device that gets you excited for the next installment in a series and makes you like invested in waiting for it. So I chose something that went along those lines. So I think I would have to say that one of my favorite cliffhangers ever is the end of the first Raven Boys book by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm not going to say what the line is because it'll freak Lisa out again, and it would be spoilery. I don't want, if you haven't read them yet, go do that now, and I don't want to ruin that for you. But yeah, I love the ending for that, and I've like read it or listened to it or whatever, and I was like, oh my god, what? The next book, I need it. And that's just fun to know that you got something to look forward to. So that could be it, but it's not, because Stranger Things got renewed for a second season. So I'm gonna do an extra question thing. So number 9, my favorite character is not Barb. I love Barb and I love Elle and I love Mike and I love Dustin way more than I thought that I ever would from the first episode. But my favorite character is Mr. Clark. He's their like nerdy science teacher and he's really nice to them and he gets them a cool radio for their like AV club and he's basically their Google. Anyways, I love Mr. Clark throughout the whole series. And so my addition to this book tag is Mr. Clark, a mentor / supportive adult character that you love / aspire to be like. So I have a bunch. My first one would be Chains from our Father Chains from the Gentleman Bastards series. He is a character who we mostly see just in flashbacks and while he is training the Gentleman Bastards to be Gentleman Bastards. And he's great because he doesn't pull punches, but he's taken a lot of kids out of horrible situations and is helping them do something a little better with their lives. And I like that. I don't want to be like Father Chains. So I also don't really want to be like the gray man from the Raven Cycle, but I love him as an adult character and the impact that he makes on the Raven boys in blue. The third one is Merriman Lion from the Darkest Rising sequence. I did a whole video on the Darkest Rising sequence and you can go watch it to find out my further feelings on Merriman Lion. And then I realized that I had come up very quickly with 3 men and I needed to add some women in there very quickly. I don't need to tell you why. You know why. I chose Old Golly from Harriet the Spy. I really love her kind of parting message to Harriet was like, don't cry. I'm not gonna cry because I'm leaving you. Like, don't look back, keep moving forward. We had a great time together and now I'm gone. And I was bawling at that point because that's not very much not me, but it is something I really like. And finally, Grandma Blue from the Key to Extraordinary by Natalie Lloyd, which I will do a whole video about at some point, probably in November, because it's so good. And Grandma Blue and basically any of the older people, including the older brother in Key to Extraordinary. That is it for the Stranger Things book tag. Thank you, Sarah Sunbeemz, for creating it. I would like to tag LT Novel Nations and for her to add hers as well because I want to listen to hers. Who else? Winks and Inks. I would love it if you did it. And anybody else, if you are seeing this, I will put the link for the original video by Sarah Sunbeemz and you should go watch it and you should make one of your own and tell me in the comments if you have so I can go watch it too. Okay, that's it for me. Make sure you do all those nice things you can do on YouTube, like this video, comment below, subscribe, share. If you want to talk about how awesome Stranger Things is, you can find me on many social media sites, including Twitter, Instagram, yeah, and I'll put the links for those down below as well. All right.